Happy New Year, geeks! Welcome to my channel. We're back at Trader Joe's and we are excited to see what the new year has in store for us, and hopefully we will also get to see some new healthy options offered this year. Stay tuned until the end of the video because I'll be sharing grocery hauls, a review of an item, a restaurant I went to, and also a Whole30 recipe. So let's go shopping. Always starting out front with the plants, the succulents in a wine bottle are back for $12.99. A new year means a new planter for air plants, and this year it comes in the form of a white pineapple pot for $7.99. And then how cute are these disco balls or mirror ball succulents? I think they're so cute and perfect for the new year for $5.99. There's more succulents. It comes in a green or gray vase, and it comes with also a little rope so you can hang it, and this is $7.99. It looks like we're slowly gearing up for Valentine's Day. We now have some rose tins. You can choose either pink or white roses for $5.99, and there's still some amaryllis in glass vases for $9.99, and also it already looks like spring is around the corner with the assorted bulbs in a glass cylinder for $5.99 and bulb gardens for $8.99. Sumo oranges are back in season. When you get a good one, they're really juicy and really sweet and should usually be super easy to peel, and they're called sumo oranges because of the little bulbous notch on top, which resembles a sumo bun. The single ones are $2.29, which is pricey, so you're better off getting the 2-pound bag for $4.99, which is a much better deal. Wintertime is the season for citrus fruits, and so Meyer lemons are back. These are seasonal, so grab them while you can for $1.99. And we still have some pomegranates, both the regular and organic, for $2.99. There's also grapefruit for $1.49 each and pomelos for $2.29. And just a reminder, there's also pomegranate seeds ready to eat in the refrigerated section for $4.79 for the regular or $4.99 for the organic. Kohlrabi vegetable pasta is a good option, especially for Whole30 if you're taking this month to cleanse and restart your healthy habits. I'm going to take a little bit longer to lean into Whole30. I might start next month because I have a lot of things to finish up. There's also microgreens, which are great to throw in salads or on top of avocado toast or in sandwiches or wraps for $2.99. And we also have blueberries for $7.49, or if you want the organic ones, they are $8.99. I usually don't buy my fresh berries from Trader Joe's because they usually cost a little bit more than Costco or Sam's Club, so I just get it there. And the jicama sticks are another good option for Whole30 to munch on or to add to salads for $3.49. They also have jicama wraps for $4.49, also Whole30 compliant. And one thing I do love about Trader Joe's is the pre-bagged lettuce options, especially if you are single or have a small family. These really are the perfect size. And the organic butter lettuce is finally back. I used to get this all the time before it disappeared, and they only offered the regular butter lettuce for the longest time. Both have gone up in price for $2.99, and the organic herb salad mix is also $2.49. The Southern Green Blend is still here for $2.49, and the shredded iceberg lettuce is $1.49, and it's super convenient if you want to throw it in sandwiches or tacos, which is also the same price for a head of iceberg lettuce. Cabbage is $1.99, which is a great diuretic, by the way, and great for weight loss, which is why it was so popular back in the day with the cabbage soup diet. There's also cut Napa cabbage, which is another good Whole30 option for $3.49, and different shredded cabbage options to choose from. Last year, the veggie tray was new, and I believe this is a seasonal item because I haven't seen it recently until now. They're probably bringing it back because it's the new year, and there was no price on it, but if I recall correctly, I think it was like $5 or $6 last year. And there's still some holiday vegetable hash around, which is a seasonal item, but they have the regular veggie hash offered year-round, and it looks like it has new packaging. This one contains cauliflower, zucchini, fire-roasted corn, which makes this not Whole30 compliant, celery, yellow onion, green and red bell peppers. This is great to add to soups, a stir fry, or even to pasta sauce for $4.99. The Asian-style vegetable stir-fry is another healthy option. Unfortunately, it doesn't look Whole30 compliant either because it contains baby corn, and that is $5.49. Diced onions for convenience, and organic radishes and butternut squash cubes or zigzags. These are Whole30 compliant, and the cubes are $3.99 and the zigzags are $3.49. And there's such a good selection of mushrooms at Trader Joe's. Organic white or brown mushrooms for $2.79, organic beach mushrooms for $2.99, organic king oysters for $3.49, and shiitake mushrooms for $3.49. There's portobello for $3.49, sliced cremini for $2.79, or sliced whites for $2.69, and the non-sliced or whole mushrooms are about 30 and 20 cents cheaper. Baby beets for $2.29 and organic beets for $1.79. There's also asparagus sauté for $4.99. There's also organic green beans for $3.29. Broccoli and cauliflower mix for $2.49, and the multicolor cauliflower is so cute and would be great for like an Easter themed meal for $3.29. Riced cauliflower, another great option for Whole30 for $2.69. Organic cauliflower is $3.69 and organic broccoli is $2.69. There's also lots of Brussels sprout options. There's some that are already cut up for you, shredded ones in kits, or organic ones, or some that are still on the stalk, which is definitely seasonal, for $4.99. Celery, multicolor organic carrots, and one of my favorite root vegetables, parsnips, are seasonal, so get them while you can. And these are $1.99 a bag. Are eggplants offered year-round at Trader Joe's? I feel like these are seasonal for some reason because I don't remember seeing them each time, but maybe they are. These are $1.59. A 2-pack of organic green peppers for $3.49. Fresh basil for $2.79. And also these single bell peppers, 4 different colors. Or you can get a tricolor pack for $4.99. And there's also the mini sweet peppers for $2.99. And then the teeny tiny tomatoes are offered a few times throughout the year, and it's a good grab-and-go snack for $1.79. Also, another healthy option is the ready-to-eat lentils for $3.29. Let's take a look at the dried fruit section. Trader Joe's really has one of the best dried fruit selections I've seen. And I've always been curious to try these dried baby bananas. I love that it's only one ingredient and doesn't have preservatives in it. And I think these are $1.99. And the organic dried champagne or honey mangoes were a new item last year for $4.99. If you watch my previous hauls, I used to get the apple chip duo almost weekly. I loved eating this when I was on Whole30, either on its own or with some almond butter. It's sweet, but it's also a little bit sour and really crunchy. And these are $2.49. Dried baby sweet pineapples. These are unsweetened and unsulfured, so there's no preservatives and just one ingredient. And this is $3.99 per bag. The raisin walnut apple bars are back. This came out towards the end of last year as a new item and then disappeared, but they seem to be back again. I was super tempted to get it, but I'm trying to gear up for Whole30, or at least a modified Whole30 next month. These are 200 calories per bar and $5.99 for the bag. My store didn't get them in yet, but keep your eyes peeled for new Snickerdoodle cookies, which has already been spotted in some stores. One cookie is 150 calories with 9 grams of sugar. It is $4.99 per box and can be found in the bakery section. There's a new Greek non-fat yogurt flavor in black raspberry. This one has 15 grams of sugar, so it's definitely on the high side. It is 130 calories and 13 grams of protein, and these single-serve yogurts are always 99 cents. Trader Joe's also has a good selection of tofu. They have baked ones that are sriracha or teriyaki flavored. Both are $3.99. Tempeh for $2.29. Organic firm tofu for $1.79, or the organic regular tofu for $2.29. Also, there's a high protein organic super firm tofu for $2.69, and the sprouted tofu that's also organic for $2.99. Quickly checking the ravioli section because some stores already have brought back the heart-shaped ravioli with ricotta and balsamic reduction. So keep a lookout for those as well because Valentine's Day items are going to be slowly starting to roll in any day now. Moving to the freezer area in the Mexican food section, we are looking for a particular new item, but I can't seem to find it here. So then I moved over to the breakfast food section and found it, which is the tortilla española. This is a traditional Spanish omelet with potatoes and onions. I've already heard some good reviews and people seem to enjoy it. Some have said it's on the plain side, so they suggested adding a sauce. You can add salsa or hot sauce or any sauce of your choice really. You can microwave or heat it up on the stovetop. 120 milligrams of sodium, which isn't too bad considering a lot of the frozen foods are super high in sodium, and this is $5.49. And the seasoned corn ribs, these are actually pretty tasty and they are both vegan and gluten-free, but it does come with a heavy coat of plant butter, which a lot of it slides off when it's being warmed up, and these are $3.99. Continuing on my hunt for the next new item, and I almost missed it because it was tucked away in the corner, and that is the chicken, lentil, and caramelized onion pilaf. This includes saffron basmati rice, dark chicken meat, dates, and golden raisins, which sounds like Trader Joe's spin on a Persian dish. Let's take a look at the nutrition facts. 320 calories per cup, 13 grams of protein, 41 grams of net carbs, 380 milligrams of sodium, 14 grams of sugar, which I'm guessing is due to the dates and raisins. And I definitely want to try this at some point, but I really want to clear out and eat all the freezer items in my fridge as part of my New Year's goals. So this will have to wait. And this is $4.49. I always check the Asian food section to see if they have kimbap, and I couldn't believe it. I literally haven't seen this since August when it first came out. So stay tuned until the end because I definitely grabbed these and I will be reviewing them. The holiday ice cream flavors are officially gone now, which is both a good and bad thing. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but recently Travis Kelce, a football player who is dating Taylor Swift, came into Trader Joe's just to buy one item, and it was the cookie butter ice cream, and people are assuming it was to pick it up for Taylor Swift, which is just so cute. This was from last week, but there were still lots of drinks to choose from for New Year's, but I'm assuming that they still have a lot of these left over if you want to keep the party going still with rosé or brut sparkling wines or Prosecco. Or if you're doing dry January, just don't take a look at this section and we can just move right along to the tea section. So there is the original Irish breakfast tea for $3.49 and English breakfast tea for $2.49. Decaffeinated black tea and organic Earl Grey, both are $2.99. Also, what should be coming soon is a organic Darjeeling tea, so keep an eye out for that. And the instant coffee, this is the old look, but in some stores they already have new packaging, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. And this is $4.49. Also, the pink and white chocolate bar, it hasn't arrived at my store yet, but I heard it's back in some stores already. Do you guys remember I've been curious about these multigrain crackers? Well, I got to try it because it was today's sample. They were good and buttery, but it had a prominent pepper flavor, which I wasn't expecting. By the way, there was a recall on these last year, so I didn't get it, but I'm assuming they are fine now. My store sometimes has 2 sample stations set up, and today was one of those days, so I got to try the pretzel crisp with pub cheese, which I've both had before. The pub cheese tastes like a more dense and sophisticated version, especially with ingredients of the cheese that comes in those spray cans. This combo would be good for Super Bowl snacks. Okay, so that's it for shopping this week. Now let's move into this week's hauls and reviews. Starting off with a non-Trader Joe's item, I picked up the Rouse or Rayos marinara sauce from Sam's Club because it's on instant savings right now. I know everyone loves this sauce, but honestly, I don't love it in terms of flavor. It's a little bit acidic and sour to me, but I get it because the ingredients are so much cleaner than the other brands. And now for the Trader Joe's items, I was so excited to finally get the kimbap. I saw it in August, right before I left to visit my family on the East Coast, and then never saw it again until this week. And I even went back again and they were sold out of it again, so I'm so glad that I bought 2 just in case, even before I tried it. So it is rice heavy, and surprisingly it came out really delicious and soft and fresh from the microwave, which I know sounds weird, but it really did bounce back to life. But I was very pleased with it. The tofu texture is different than regular tofu. It has like a tougher dehydrated skin to it. So the brown beige pieces, that is the tofu, and the yellowish white cube, that is daikon radish. There's also spinach and shredded carrots. Overall, this had like a savory umami sesame oil flavor, and it was slightly sweet. I really enjoyed it and will be repurchasing. Usually I get the firm tofu, but I decided to switch it up and get the regular organic tofu, and I usually use this in soups, especially in the winter time, to add some protein. Of course, I had to get shredded kale. I have this every morning with sauteed mushrooms and a runny egg and sliced Korean rice cakes. I ran out of them. I like to add this to my soups also here and there instead of pasta, and it's just really yummy and makes a brothy soup into a meal. I know I said I wasn't going to get freezer items, but in my defense, this haul is actually before the New Year's. I decided to give the new beef bulgogi a try. This is what it looks like frozen. It comes vacuum sealed, and then you just cook it from the frozen in your stovetop, or you can microwave it. And at some point I will be reviewing that for you guys as well. I always get bananas, and then I picked up Roma tomatoes for sandwiches, and onion also for sandwiches or soup. And of course I had to pick up a bag of sumo oranges. I actually went again and picked up a second bag because I went through the first bag so quickly. But don't leave because there is a bonus haul. I went to Aldi, and the first item is a new item. It is kettle chips chips with avocado oil and sea salt. It's just 3 ingredients. The chips were on the small side, but they were super crunchy and really addicting. They're a little pricey for the amount you get, but I like that there's only 3 ingredients, so I'd probably get it again. The cucumbers at Aldi are so cheap. This bag is only $1.96, so I had to grab one. And then I don't know if you remember from my last haul, I picked up the tiny tater tots. These are the best store-bought tater tots I've ever tried, so of course I had to stock up. And I also heard that these are seasonal, so I just wanted to grab them while I still can. And honestly, these are just a fun treat because they don't have the best ingredients, and most hash browns and frozen fries don't anyway, except for the Alexia brand, which is a little bit too salty for me. And the Sprouts organic fries I used to love, but then they changed the recipe on it, so I stopped buying it. All this just to say I love them. And then I picked up grapes. These were surprisingly really crunchy. The ones that come in the bags I find usually are softer than the ones that come in the boxes, or the plastic containers, I mean. And then I circled back to Aldi because I was looking for Christmas clearance items, and these were the only 2 that I found. My store was completely wiped. I love marzipan, and this is both a milk chocolate marzipan bar with nougat and then a dark chocolate marzipan bar, and both were 62 cents each. And then I went to Costco because Costco is having its new sales for the year, and the Jimmy Dean Delight breakfast sandwiches, these are a guilty pleasure. I know that they don't have the best ingredients, and I actually don't even like the turkey sausage in it, so I usually just throw it away and just have it as an egg breakfast sandwich. But the main reason I get it is because the English muffin, the bread part, is so soft. Even when I toast it up or microwave it, it always comes out like really like soft and chewy. It tastes a lot better to me than the texture of the Thomas English muffins, and I only treat myself to this like once or twice a year whenever I see it on sale at Costco, and this was the time. Also picked up another collagen peptides. I have this every morning in my coffee. I also like to get these when it's on sale. Right now I'm working on one, and so this is my backup. And then this is a new item that I will be trying, the teriyaki stir fry udon. This is also on sale right now, and it comes with 4 noodle packets and seasoning. And I also got blueberries because they looked really good. Picked up mushrooms, so when I get home I slice all of this up and put it in a container so it's ready to go, and then I can just pull it out quickly and saute it with my kale that I have every morning. Picked up a bag of organic baby spinach to make some smoothies and also throw into my kale mix because I've just been going through kale so fast. Also, Dawn was on sale, so I picked up that. It was just in time because I ran out. Also, the BioTrue contact lens solution was on sale, so I grabbed that just to have. And then the Bodum double wall glass mugs with a handle. This is a 4-pack, and this was on clearance for $13. And so I was hemming and hawing, but I decided to get it because I don't need any more mugs. But I mean, come on, I couldn't pass up that deal. And then moving along to the Sam's Club haul, I picked up a big container of spring mix because I was craving salad, a head of cauliflower. I like to cut this up and roast them up and have it throughout the week. And almost always I get my asparagus from Sam's Club because they have the best deal on asparagus. I always check Costco, but they always are like $3 more per bag. And the organic Brussels sprouts, they were on sale at my club. They were $3.88 each, which is actually the price of a bag for the non-organic Brussels sprouts. So I grabbed 2 bags. So that concludes the weekly hauls for this week. And I promised I would share my Whole30 recipe, and I call it apple granola because it is like a paleo Whole30 granola, and it's grainless, obviously. My favorite apple is the Envy apple because it's so sweet and crunchy, but obviously you can use whatever apple that you enjoy the most. You could use green apples, and then I cut it up. And when I say I cut it up, I really cut it up. I cut them up into slices like this, and then I cut them again into little cube pieces, and the smaller the pieces are, the more it tastes like granola. So that's actually the most time-consuming part, and here comes the fun part. This is where you can add all these seasonings and toppings that are Whole30 compliant, so you could really get creative. I added ground cinnamon, also added an adaptogen super blend that includes mushrooms and just sprinkled it on top of the cinnamon. Also added a little bit of organic flaxseed meal, added some beet powder. This says beet latte, but it doesn't have any dairy in it, so this is Whole30 compliant, and I sprinkled some on top. You could also add chia seeds, and then you could also add more fruit if you want, like strawberries or blueberries. And to add even more crunchy texture to it, you can add walnuts or sliced almonds or any nut of your choice. Hazelnuts are great, and just 2 of these is your daily intake for selenium for the day. So I crushed them up and added that. I also added a teaspoon of hemp seeds. I also happen to have goji berries, so you can add dried fruits. You can add dried dates, just cut them up into small pieces, or cacao nibs, which are Whole30 compliant, and it adds like a chocolatey flavor, but also gives it texture and some more added crunch. And for the last part, which is my favorite, you could add a nut butter of your choice, except for peanut butter because that's not Whole30 compliant. And that's it, guys. This is the apple granola, or apple granola deluxe, I like to call it. This is the one thing that probably saved me and helped me stay on Whole30. I look forward to having this every night as my dessert, but you could totally have it for breakfast if you wanted. I even added almond milk sometimes to it, and it actually tasted like cereal. I feel like this is way better than apple nachos because this is way more filling and you have to chew more. I'm a volume eater, so this totally hit the spot, but I highly recommend trying this if you are doing Whole30, and please tag me on Instagram if you do, because I would love to see your renditions. And then for another Whole30 meal, this is more a plant-based Whole30 version. So I don't really meal prep, but I like to have vegetables ready to go throughout the week. So I will like batch cook and roast a bunch of vegetables at one time, and then I put in the fridge, and then I take that out and reheat them and have it throughout the week. You could literally add this to anything, or just have a plate, have it as a side to grilled salmon, baked chicken, or even pasta if you're not doing Whole30, or eat a plate of it like I did if you are vegan or plant-based. It's really nice to have veggies on hand. It makes your life so much easier whether you're on Whole30 or not. And now I just wanted to show you a restaurant that I went to with my girlfriends on Christmas Eve. We had brunch. Both of them ordered some cocktails, and how pretty is this with the butterfly on top and the foam? It was really refreshing. I took a sip of it. It had some like lychee juice or puree in it. It was so good. We went to an Asian fusion restaurant which served primarily Vietnamese food, and this was a really cool restaurant in Orange County. It was like a restaurant within a restaurant. So we had to walk through the first main restaurant and then walk through these secret doors, which was pretty fun. And then here I'm showing you, we ordered a papaya salad, which was so refreshing. It was slightly sour and also slightly sweet. It also came with grilled prawns. And we also ordered 2 banh mi's, which are Vietnamese sandwiches with short ribs in it. It had shredded carrots in it, lettuce, and some pickled radishes and mayo, and a healthy sprig of cilantro on top. And it also came with a broth, basically an au jus, so you can dip your sandwich into it like a French dip roast beef sandwich. Everything was so delicious. I'd definitely go there again. That's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And until the next video, ciao, guys.